another part, more technical still, but there is some money comes from, and I think it is quite considerable what the European taxpayer is willing, via the Commission and the Council and the European Parliament, to reallocate to forestry via rural development. And then I will try to come to a conclusion. Hopefully that is something you will find interesting. So the first information is very much familiar to you. I will not introduce very much and not lose very much time of it, but we are talking about a considerable heritage and a considerable potential. 178 million hectares, 42% of which, two-thirds almost, are available for wood supply, are covering Europe. I think this is a very important figure. You know all this, but I think it is always necessary to come back to this. The growing stock is about 24 billion cubic meters. And one point I would just take out of this is also something very interesting to me as a newcomer, if you like. It is about the ownership. There was some mention on it already in the introductory remark. That means 40% are public and 60% are private. And that might not be very interesting for you, but for us in the European Commission to drive a little bit a common approach, it is very important to understand what is behind all this kind of partnership. I would like now to come to the context. I started with what we are talking about, and now in what political context we find this situation, this very situation. And the first thing is, of course, for us from the EU point, the EU strategy, 2020 strategy, and how is it so important for us? Because everything has, of course, to be driven against this objective, and more specifically, because we do lots of those things, like a smart, a sustainable, and inclusive growth in general already quite a time. So there is still more concentration on it, and how come? Because, of course, the world is changing. And we have more challenges. We have a stronger emphasis on climate change related issues, on environmental issues still, and of course something that came now with all